We're the charmed ones, and one of you jackasses infected our sister.
Hello, and welcome to your podcast, Halliwell Sisters. My name is Travis.
And I'm Joe.
And things are a little different today. I will be taking charge as we talk about one of the highlights of the 90s, Charmed.
Okay, so this episode, I don't know how to,
So Joe will be backseat driving this time.
which is funny because I'm usually a really good backseat driver, and here I don't know what to do. What do I do with my hands?
Don't touch anything, that's what I've learned.
That is so two-sided. No, Travis's love for Charm far outweighs mine. And not in like a bad, like I love Charmed. I've seen it all like a couple times, and it didn't stick with me as much as I think it stuck with Travis. So he's the better one to drive this episode than I.
I don't know if it really stuck with me. It's one of those shows where, so it's no longer on Netflix in Canada, but when it was, I would watch random episodes.
I would not.
I just found it was nice, like background music or background noise. And if DVDs weren't so cumbersome, and if I didn't leave them at my parents' house, I would watch the DVDs. But I'm not going to do that. So, yeah, let's, I guess, start out with how we got into Charmed. I guess I'll go first.
Okay, you went first last time, but yeah. Totally.
Well, you know what? I'm the one taking lead, so I'll do whatever the fuck I want to do, Joe.
Okay.
Does this mean I have to edit the episode too?
You wish. Like I'd give you any control over that.
True. You like making me say things you want me to say.
If anyone comes off as an asshole in this podcast, it is me.
Anyways, so I didn't actually start watching Charmed until it was on season 7.
Really?
Yeah. Because I don't actually know what network it aired on in Canada, because we didn't have the WB. So I don't know what it aired on.
I don't know why I thought you started way earlier.
No. So
maybe that's why you... Okay.
So obviously Buffy was over by the time I watched Charmed, and someone on the Buffy forum that Joe and I were on named Heather was a huge
Heather got you
Charmed
into
fan.
Charmed?
Heather got me into Charmed. She would always talk about it, and
rest in peace,
I was
Heather.
just curious. So the first episode I actually watched was the season 7 finale, which was...
So you didn't even start at the beginning. You started at season 8. You started at season 8. Oh my god.
No, okay, so the season 7 finale was meant to be the series finale, and then obviously got picked up for another season.
Ugh.
But I was like, I was so confused. I'm like, the show makes no sense at all.
Congrats, you could have started from season 1 and still felt the same way.
Well, I went out and bought the DVDs. I believe I bought season 1 and 2 and 3. I think we're out at the time. And I will just say the DVDs are like the ugliest looking DVDs I've ever seen for a TV show. And I don't know why. So yeah, I watched season 1 and 2 and 3, I think all in one go. And I really enjoyed it. And then I started watching season 8 when it started to air. And again, I was very confused.
So you hadn't even seen season 4. Season 4.
It wasn't on
It's a
DVD
pivotal
yet.
season.
Okay. I remember season 4 came out like the week of my birthday that year, because I got it for my birthday, or I got money and bought it for my birthday. Because I just remember, because season 4 is the pink one. It's 2007.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because the show ended in 2008.
Damn, that feels like a lifetime ago.
Yeah.
Gross.
So yeah, I watched season 8. And then as the DVDs came out, I watched them all. So the last season I watched was season 7, technically, like fully.
Jeez.
And I bought the action figures.
Why is your Charmed origin story like my Buffy origin story with the way you watched it,
I know.
basically?
I have the Charmed attic display. It's in a box, but I have the attic display. And I even got to a point where I was really obsessed with it for a while that I started writing a Charmed season 9. And I wrote about 4 episodes of it. And I had a whole season planned out. And I have it somewhere. Like, I read it not too long ago. And I think it had some really fucking cool ideas. A lot cooler than what the comic book ended up doing. But yeah, that's my Charmed origin story. It's weird. I don't usually watch shows that way. But Heather was so persistent on me watching it. She's like, you'll really, really like it. It's magic. It's like if Willow had her own series times 3.
It's crazy to me that you didn't watch it earlier. Wow. It
Yeah.
just seems like a show you would have watched. Wow. Okay. So I started watching it because of another aunt.
Does she have season 5?
No. Like from season 1, she was watching, and actually, like, I remember like randomly, like my other aunt, and even my mom would like watch episode randomly, like when it came on. It wasn't like must see TV or anything for him, but like, oh, it's
how dare
like,
you? Charmed is
it's like 8 o'clock at night. What do we want to watch? Charm's on. We'll put that on. But that didn't last really past season 1, and then I didn't pick it back up until season 6 because
that's a rough season to pick it back up.
Well, okay, so the promos that they had for these, like for season 6 and even season 7, like they were so outlandish and had nothing really to do with the episode outside of like what costume they were wearing that week.
Yeah,
and I don't know. I was
become
just
very stunty.
My like gay little like 14-year-old, 13, whatever I was like yes, I want to watch this. So I picked it back up at season 6, and then I caught like reruns on TNT to catch up, and then ended up buying the box sets. I only own seasons 1 through 4 though, because I'm good with that. Like, honestly,
season 5 is a good season. I think season 5 is the last good season.
It wasn't bad, but like rewatchability, I'm good with the first 4.
Oh, season 5 has some of the best episodes though. That's like, I will say I'm not great with the episode titles, but when Piper has Wyatt, and when Cole alters reality, and Paige is the only one that realizes it.
Is that like
That's
the like episode. Saloon look like where the manor looks like an old time saloon or whatever randomly?
No.
Oh.
No.
Well,
I don't know. I thought, and then I actually really like the episode where Phoebe becomes a mermaid. I'm a sucker for that one.
That was so dumb.
Whatever. It's good. It's good times.
That's where isn't season 5 when Constance left the show?
She left at the end of season 1.
I thought she left later.
She left really early on.
Huh.
Yeah, that's why you can tell the show changes drastically starting. I think she either left at the end of season 2.
The show changes drastically at season 5, sir.
Well, that's when it becomes very much like, what are we going to put these girls in this week?
Yeah.
And then season 8 becomes, none of the main cast want to do it, so we'll just put Billy in.
Dude, you can tell, like, throughout that whole season, none of the main cast wanted to be there. Like, no one that was doing the show wanted to do it, which makes me even more shocked that, like, everyone is, like, on the cast is pissed off about a reboot. Like, you didn't even want to be here for the last season, but God forbid someone else touch it.
We'll talk about that later.
I guess. It just feels...
Season 8 was a rough... I loved the season 7 finale as a series finale.
Yeah, it was really good.
Like, the idea that, like, they had to give up their identities.
They got their normal life that they've just been wanting forever, but they don't, because they want to train the next magic generation or whatever.
But I like the idea that the Halliwells are dead, and I really like that.
It was a cool way
his
to
name?
Do that.
Daryl is the only one that knows, because he kind of can tell. Like they wink at him. Or
I like that he was like the last shot with the door too, like how they end.
Yeah.
Like,
I also hate that Daryl's not in season 8. Like,
honestly, good for him. Like,
I know, right? And then like Leo is only in half of it.
oh, and the stupidest one. Fucking Han Solo.
I know. So I guess we can. Oh, sorry. Is that's your origin story?
Oh yeah, and then like I watched it like normal after that, like season
Okay.
6, 7, 8, and I just
Did
caught
you
up
talk
through
about?
like
I don't remember.
TNT and DVDs.
Did you chat a lot about it on the forum?
Not too much. There
I
wasn't
will
like
say-
a big. I didn't feel
I was
there
gonna
was a
say
big
Charm never had a huge fan base, at least in the circles I ran in. Like outside of Heather.
Yeah, me either.
It wasn't.
Yeah, Heather and you. That was it.
Yeah, because I find it okay. Our friend, well, my friend, and Joe knows, Lena. She'd always be like,
okay.
every time Smallville would be a season longer than Charmed, she'd be like, "Yes, Smallville's running longer than Charmed. Smallville's running longer than Charmed." I don't know if that sticks with me. So who's your favorite Charmed one? I guess is the obvious first question.
Piper.
Yeah, same.
Oh.
Piper's has the best.
Period. There's nothing like I just love her so much. Like, and Holly Marie Combs.
I just love Holly Marie Combs.
Is
She's the reason I watched Pretty Little Liars for as long as I did.
too.
And then she left, and so did I.
I did stay around a little bit longer, but oh my god, she was definitely like.
She was the main reason. I'm like,
okay.
oh, okay, sold.
Right.
Holly
I wish she had a bigger role, but whatever.
Hey, she got that sexy guy in the end, didn't she? Like the sexy. She
Oh
ended
yeah,
up with
she
someone.
divorced the dad or whatever. Okay, we're just not Pretty
Yeah.
Little Liars.
and never will be.
But then I would go like Piper, Paige, Prue, Phoebe in hierarchy.
I agree. No, I agree. I think the problem with Phoebe was she was just so all over the place. They never really knew what to do with her. Like when she became a columnist and like
Oh
an
my
advice
God.
columnist, that's when I kind of checked out on her storyline.
Well, and it just made no sense. Like, I don't know. I get the whole like, oh, I can't take my own advice, but like, her whole storyline is she can't find love, but then like her job is a love advice.
She was like
column.
stuck
It was
in
so...
like a rom-com, but didn't know she was in this rom-com. And I hate Coop. I hate that she got
That was the dumbest bullshit.
It was so
That was the
like
dumbest bullshit.
the final season. They tried so hard. Like Paige got married after knowing that guy for like 5 episodes, and then Coop is like, okay, now all of them have men, so their life's complete.
Right? Oh my god.
I wish Phoebe should not have gotten married. I think she should have still had the kids because that was something that she really wanted.
Yeah.
And she saw it for herself, but it was such like a weird. Clearly, women were not working on the show behind the scenes.
Well, I don't know. That's when they were executive producers.
What does that really mean, though?
Well, enough to where what was it? In season 5, it was supposed to open with Paige and Cole kissing, like have something to do with that. But then, but it was because he was possessed and he kisses her or something like that, and it sparks something in her. And who is it? Holly and Alyssa, they're executive producers or whatever, and they read it and they're like, no, this isn't happening. So then Cole didn't get a storyline season 5.
Good. He was only in half the season anyway, but his final episode's a good episode. I love that episode.
Wait, which final episode? Like
The one where they finally kill him.
season 7 or?
No, in season 5 when they kill him in the alternate reality.
Oh, yeah,
Or yeah. Because I know he pops up a couple more times, but
just once.
oh yeah, I think he pops. Yeah, he pops up in season 7.
And he doesn't
right?
even like.
'Cause he's
It all goes back to fucking Phoebe, but whatever. God forbid he has
yeah,
any agency
Phoebe-
outside of her.
I liked early Phoebe. Like I like when she was in college. I really enjoyed her character when she's more flighty.
Okay, like, just to be like honest, I cannot stand baby talk, and like she was the queen of that, and it slowly started to spread to the others, and then Paige with it, but Phoebe was just so much worse with it, and it makes my skin crawl. It literally makes my skin crawl.
That's fine. I had a coworker who used to be like, Travis.
Oh, I would
And
kill everyone.
I hated it. And it was great because we all hated her. And she would like lean on our shoulder. Travis, can you help me? And I'm like, oh, Crystal. Or, like, whatever. She's never going to listen to this.
I'll edit
Can I
that.
punch you in the face?
I'll edit that out. I think we'll have our first like bleep. But you know who you are.
So I agree that I like Paige more than Prue, but I think it's more because Paige was in it longer.
We had more time with Paige, and
But I will say, season 3 Prue, they had no idea what to do with her. Like she was like a photographer.
Yeah, and then like all of a sudden, like what's the place called? Her job was. Travis, you're supposed to help me here.
Because she was a photographer in season 3.
I know that, but in season like 1 and 2.
Oh, she worked at a bank, right?
No.
She worked at a bank in season 1, didn't she?
No, it's like not a museum, but like a
Oh right. It was like a museum. It was like an art
curator or something.
Yeah, that's right. That's what she got in season 2, wasn't it?
I don't know, but either way, that was supposed to be like her dream.
Piper
and
worked at a bank.
Oh.
That's what it was. Piper worked at a bank at one point before the show started because he used to always mention it. Because then she left to become a chef.
And then the closest thing to a chef, a bar owner or a club owner.
I love P3. P3 was a
no,
great,
I love
like,
P3. It just made no sense.
I know it makes no sense
for her.
It's not like she had like a kitchen in
If
there.
anything, like they could have given it to Phoebe. I'm a young entrepreneur. A party.
But it's fine.
No, but P3 was
back
great.
to Paige and Prue.
Oh.
I guess because one of my questions, I wrote a bunch of questions for us to talk about, and one of them was Prue or Paige.
Oh, trick question.
And
Trick question. You keep both and get rid of Phoebe.
Well, that was the first episode of my season 9 was an alternate reality where Phoebe dies, and it's Piper, Prue, and Paige.
So much better.
Yeah. Anyway, I loved Prue in the first 3 seasons. She was my favorite character in the first 3 seasons, like as the head of the family.
Yeah.
And I loved her power set. And when she got astral projection,
Oh, that was so cool.
like that's also such a cool episode. Like the Miss Hellfire episode
Yes.
is such a fantastic episode. And I think that's why I like Paige is because they didn't try to replace Prue. She's a completely different character.
Yep.
And
It made it a lot easier to like her. And
Yeah.
like, I think Paige is like probably the only character that I don't know really fully felt like she got a story, like an arc
didn't.
outside of a guy.
she did near the end when she started to train witches.
Well, I feel like
when
it
she
got
was-
really shaky there in season 6 or
I think
7.
it was season 7 when she started doing that.
It got weird, and then
Because I remember, like her main storyline in season 6 is when she dates. Is it Eric? Who dates Eric Dane? I think it's
that's Phoebe,
Paige. Oh,
right? Oh yeah,
who's
because like
Paige date?
Paige dates that guy
Paige
that
dates-
looks like Richard.
Is he the guy that was on Parenthood? Right, like Balthazar. Getty,
Oh,
or
I
what
think that's
his
his name.
was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yikes! I don't know.
She dated him because he came from like a wealthy family, or he came from. There's something about his family.
They always dated rich dudes. That's all they ever
Well,
dated.
they're all. I mean,
I would too, but like, granted, it was kind of weird. They only like, oh, you're a millionaire. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, whatever. Me too.
well, because I like that Paige had all these different jobs. I like that she was a temp. Like that was really fun in season 4.
That was really good. I loved that.
And it's such a weird. Having them replace a character, I think actually helped the show.
Yeah.
Like the show, I think would have got. I mean, the show did not need to run for 8 seasons, but I think if it was the original 3, I don't know if it would have been the same. I can't see Shannon Doherty like doing like the stuff they did in later seasons. I can't see her being okay with like Revelkaries or goddesses.
Oh, I
or,
don't know.
like,
I could see her doing the goddess one.
the
that wasn't too
superheroes. Like,
crazy.
I can't see her doing stuff like that.
No, but I get what you're saying with like, or like the superhero like spandex
Yeah,
thing that they did.
because
Yeah.
the show definitely goes from like this
cartoony.
Not darker, but it's much more like focused on witchcraft and like the Wicca mythology and like the sisters. And then it. No?
No, oh, I the mythology of the show. I thought you meant like
Yeah.
real life, and I was like,
No. But and then the show quickly turns into like bright, shiny, like garbage.
Yeah, I liked it, and obviously I
fun.
liked it enough to
It's
pick
fun.
it back up at peak garbage. So
The highlight of season 7
that's my
is
jam. Like, I love this type of shit. So
Charisma Carpenter. I will say that. No, the height of season 7 is Nick Lachey, followed by Charisma Carpenter.
God, I remember them promoting the fuck out of Nick Lachey.
Yeah, and he's in like all the promo. Oh, he has like promo pictures, but he's only in like a handful of episodes.
Yeah.
Season 7 is I've seen the least, I believe, because I remember very little about it. I just know
Zanku, right?
Yeah, like the ending I like,
So you have like
and the lead up to it.
I'm gonna probably just segue into it, and I'm sorry, but I can you ask about like favorite big bad, and I don't know like who any of them
think that-
are.
The source is, I think, the only.
Well, yeah, because
big
I was thinking, I'm
bad.
like, there's Zanku, the avatars, but that's like the same season, I think. Like it's like a precursor to him or something.
Isn't that season 6? I feel really bad, but I get them so mixed up.
And then you have the magic school.
Oh no, it is season 7 because season 6 one is when Chris is there.
Yeah, and you have like the magic school bad guy.
Oh, I love the magic school. That's the one thing I really did enjoy.
Oh?
I wish they would have explored that more because I really like the idea of the magic school.
Oh god, I thought you would have hated that because it just felt so forced and random.
But we're at that point in the show where it's like, I'll take it. I'm like, what else are we doing here? At least it develops like the mythology of the series a little bit more.
I mean, I guess if you've never read Harry Potter, it really wouldn't have struck
hadn't at that
anything with
point.
you.
But clearly it was obviously a Harry Potter ripoff.
Yeah, it really was.
Also, I don't know why they wouldn't just call it like the Magic Academy. Magic School just sounds so like American.
Well, they
public
never
school.
like
It's Magic School. It's
everything they name
public
is
magic
just like a
school.
proper noun.
Yeah.
Like they don't think about. It's just like, this is Magic School. We're just gonna keep it at
Did
that.
the Magic
Like
School
keep
even
it simple.
have a name? I can't even think of it had like a Hogwarts Academy is the name, but like I don't think Magic School had like an official title.
Did you just call it Hogwarts Academy?
I don't know why.
I gotta hate you.
Hogwarts. It's because it's very British Academy, so that's in my head.
Rank your seasons.
Rank my seasons. 3, 4, 2, 1, 5, and then 6, 7, 8, and whatever.
I have the exact same. Exact same. There's no, I don't know. Is there another way to rank the Charm seasons?
You can like
This is
6,
like a
7, 8.
definitive ranking.
No, 6, 7, and 8 you can push around. Like I think
No, you really can't. 8 is always going to be last.
6 and 7 it all depends if you like Chris or not. I didn't mind Chris, except for the fact that it made no sense that he tore his parents apart.
None of it made sense.
But he's
none
like-
of it.
He comes to the past, tears his parents apart, and is like, "Oh shit!"
And then tries to
I'm
get
not
him
gonna
to
be
fuck
born
again.
now.
So like, it makes no sense.
Like they clearly had no idea what they wanted to do with Chris, and they're like, "Oh, he's actually Piper's son." It's like, but he pushed Leo and Piper apart.
Okay,
so
but
he won't
like,
be born.
speaking of that, the rumor that he was actually supposed to be Phoebe and Cole's son from the future, and he was like sent back to try to destroy the Charmed Ones from within. But then Holly Marie Combs was pregnant, so they like switched it up mid-season to where he was actually her other kid from the future. So like a lot of shit just really didn't make sense.
I would have been cool with Chris as Phoebe's
That would have been
son.
amazing. That would have fixed a lot of season 6. Well,
It's so weird because Piper gets not like she's pregnant in like episode like 15 or whatever, and then has the kid by episode 22.
whereas like Wyatt was like a season and a half. It felt like
Yeah, they like put they're like she had to have the baby at the end of the season. And then of course the one thing I hate about season 6 the most, and the only reason I would put it last place, is the season doesn't end of the doors closing. It ends with the hospital door closing, not the charm house closing.
Oh yeah,
Like that was a real fuck up.
I remember that. But I mean, did we really need to have Piper give birth at home again? Like, let that woman have an epidural.
They could have like cut to like 2 days later or 3 days later,
or like
something.
Paige, like, oh shit, I have to go grab something from home real quick.
Yeah, and then just they could have.
I hate that I just thought of that.
I know, like, come on, writers.
Jesus.
So your seasons are the same? Like
there's a reason
3 and 4 I switch from time to time because I think both seasons are like the strongest seasons, and they have my favorite episodes.
No, mine. This is I don't think mine wavers out of
mine. I will say it all depends if I'm in a Shannon or a Rose mood.
Because one of the big reasons is I love Piper in season 3 and her powers. They evolve in season 3. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Which is one of the best things.
I would just like a side note. So speaking of season 3, before Joe and I started our podcast, we did like I wish we would have recorded it too, because it would have been such a great like bonus episode.
It was on our phones. What? It was on our phones too. It wasn't even like.
Yeah, we recorded to like test out the podcast waters. We each watched Coyote Piper and then did an episode. But when we record now, we are on Skype and looking at each other, but we could not stop laughing just looking at each other. So we just did it on our phones. We didn't actually look at each other when we were recording.
Yeah, because we couldn't even get started at that point. It was just so giggling weird.
Like a moron.
We're like, what are we doing? What are we doing? But yeah.
But I think like Charmed was like a great way to like.
We wanted something that like we both knew, but like wasn't too serious, and we could just have fun with.
And then wasn't an episode that wasn't heavy.
Yes.
Like this is just Coyote Piper's such like a.
It's so good.
Nonsense episode.
It's just goddamn Piper and the hey bitch.
Yes.
Get your own shit. I love.
So what would be your favorite episode? Do you have a favorite episode?
Oh fuck. This was not on the.
I know. I just thought about it.
Okay,
I'll say mine.
I would. I think I have one though, because it would. Okay. I don't really have a like monster of the week I like, but I have like morality bites. Like that's probably, it's just such a good episode to like show actions have consequences that they don't normally ever really do in the show. Because by the end of the episodes everyone's fixed and cured, and like I mean in this the same thing happens, but in that timeline Phoebe actually died, right? Like, am I remembering that was just a really
cool episode. And blonde Prue was fucking amazing.
Oh, she was a badass.
She was such a badass.
But
and then it was great that we saw that future, and then they were so set on it, and that future didn't come to pass. Mm-hmm. But that timeline played such an important role, especially in like Prue, or not Prue, and well, in Piper, because she was afraid that someone was going to die, and then someone did.
Yeah. It ended up being Prue.
Which is a great episode.
The wrong sister. They took the wrong sister.
All hell breaks loose. It's
yes.
Like, my favorite episode is Pre-Witched, because I love a good flashback, and then episode's all flashback.
Which flashback is that?
That's the one where it takes place before season 1. And it's when Grams dies.
Oh, and they're all kids?
No, they're all adults, but they're all in like season 1 wigs.
Oh.
It takes place in season 3, but they're all in season 1 wigs.
Huh. I don't know if I really remember that episode too well.
That's one of my favorite. But
sorry.
And also really like Sin Francisco.
Is that the 7 Deadly Sins?
That's the 7 deadly
That
sins.
is a good
one.
one.
'Cause
Leo?
Sloth Leo.
Leo,
is
yes, he's the
hilarious.
Oh, okay.
And then just like sexed up Phoebe, and then just like
But that's
like,
always Phoebe.
I know, but
That's like
and
her other
Piper's just
charm
like
power.
shopping everything. Yeah, that's such a fun.
It is. No, that is a really good.
But
That's a fun episode.
All Hell Breaks Loose is such a beautiful episode. Like Piper dying the first time is heart wrenching.
Mm-hmm.
Like when she's shot,
Oh,
and then I just wish season 4, because Phoebe makes a deal to stay in hell, and they don't really do anything with it in season 4, which is super frustrating. But I get it
that's
because
like the theme of Charmed. Actions don't have
but
consequences, but
they're like,
which is why that's like
and
one of
the
my
one-
favorite episodes.
the one thing about Charmed is they are fucking lucky sometimes. Like they ended that episode perfectly to kind of fire someone if they had to. And also in season 1 when they set up that their mom had an affair, like
Oh yeah,
because it makes Paige showing up, like it still makes no sense because they're
Right.
the power of 3, but at least it's like, okay, you guys set it up,
Yeah.
so like it's believable.
And, like,
that
I-
she would have a white lighter daughter.
I don't hold it against Charmed that it doesn't do like certain things, and it like I take Charmed for what it is, and I would never even call it like a guilty pleasure because I like actually love it, but like I feel like I am too hard on it sometimes, but it's just because I love
will
it.
say-
Like, I don't know.
Compared to other shows, we really like if you compare it to Buffy had a lot of like the people that worked on it like loved it. I think people that worked on Charmed, it was just a job for them, and you can tell.
There are some episodes where
We're
you're
just like, okay, this is a paycheck, this is a show.
they
I
had a
don't think there's
contract
anyone-
for this writer and they need to fill it over
Yeah.
here. We have
I
22
don't think
episodes. It's fine.
yeah. I don't think anyone behind the scenes wanted to like craft something, because like as much as I like shit on Joss Whedon, he wanted to craft a show that was like
It had a voice.
it had a voice, it had
So
like
everything went through him
depth to
before
it. Yeah,
like anything.
because I think Brad Curran didn't. He must have cared at some degree because it was his show, but I think it would have been different if Constance M. Berg stayed on, because season 1 has more of that. You can feel more of that care in season
There's
1.
like a witchy sister vibe that it becomes a sitcom at some point. Like
season 6 or season 5 it becomes a sitcom.
yeah, and it's just that tonal shift.
Well, the season 4 episode where Paige does a spell and her boobs start to like grow.
I love
that's when it becomes
that
a sitcom.
episode!
It's a great episode, but that's when it starts to become a sitcom.
But that was like the only episode of season 4 that really okay.
That's
I'm gonna
true.
eat my words on that, but like
Probably.
to my knowledge, it's like
But season 5 is when it started to become like gimmicky.
right out the gate.
Even though I love when Phoebe becomes a mermaid, it did not need to be a 2-part
no,
episode.
it didn't.
Charmed, I will say, Charmed did a few of those, like, they would start the season and end the season with 2-parters, so it always felt like
Yeah, I liked that.
epic.
I like that they did that. I don't wish more shows did that, but I like that Charmed did that.
Well, except for like when it counted, like the season 8 finale, that should have been a 2-parter. Like, I guess it technically was a 2-parter.
Rose McGowan and Alyssa Milano were like booked doing other things when they were filming that, so like they had to just rely on Holly Marie Combs and write around that,
Which is perfect. The show, Piper is like the heart of the show, so I like that the final episode is actually her.
yeah.
I will say, I think it's really shitty that Shannon Doherty just did not. She should have just allowed them to use her picture, because that like photo montage at the end just makes it seem like they just don't like Prue.
Yeah.
Like they just forgot about her. Like they could have stuck like a promo photo up there of her or something, or like a photo they used from season 1, like an episode still, but because that's the one like. It always takes me out of that episode.
I get it. I don't know. By that point, I was just like, who?
Yeah, and fuck. I don't
Because
wanna
they
talk
did a
about
really
Billy,
good job
but
of
Billy's
burying
my
her.
least favorite
Like,
character.
there wasn't, I don't know, I liked Prue. I love Prue, but
And I like that they never stopped talking about her. She's pretty much mentioned throughout the entire series.
yeah,
Makes no sense that they never conjured her spirit up, but you just kind of forget it.
basically. I think that's what I'm at. Like at that point, I was just like, it's never like, it's not ever gonna happen. Like when season 7 was supposed to be the end, and she didn't. I was like, well, that's just not happening.
Yeah, because the comics, she takes she possesses this other witch's body, so it's not really Prue. It's so stupid.
Ugh.
Like the season 9 comic makes no sense. And for some reason, Paige is a redhead and all her kids are redheads. Because I think someone saw like one promo photo. The artist must have seen like a promo photo from season 5. So like, oh, Paige is the redhead, so her kids would be redheads too.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Ugh.
It was weird. But I love Paige as a redhead.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like season 5 was her best hair.
Season 6 was her best hair. Season 6 was everyone's best hair.
Like the pale blonde, like reddish.
Yeah.
The strawberry blonde.
And like the curls, and the same with like.
I don't like Phoebe's pixie cut.
I love it. Gave her
It's
like
fine.
the most personality she's had all season.
That's true.
Well, no, was she dating someone?
She was dating.
She was dating a lot of people,
someone.
so she did have
That's
some
when she was
personality.
dating Eric Dane, I think, was in season 6.
Oh yeah, no, she cheated on him. Or is that season? I don't know. I can't even. Whatever.
Because all the guys they dated kind of like had that same look, so they all kind of blended together.
Did you have a favorite ship?
I was always like a Piper Leo person.
Yeah, this is probably like the one show where, like, the main relationship that was like meant to be. I was like, okay, yeah, I'm on board with this. Like, I loved them.
I liked when when Prue was like dating that like bad boy from Miss Hellfire. Like he showed up a couple times. I like that relationship. That was really steamy. That was like the mature relationship. Like he was a bad boy.
my favorite though, I think would be Phoebe and Cole.
Yeah.
I think it was.
I appreciate that they got rid of Cole, unlike some shows that keep on the awful character just because he's the heartthrob.
But they didn't really, because then we got season 5 Cole. Season 5 Cole was just there until he died.
He was only in like 10 episodes.
Yeah, he was there until they died. They had no idea what to do with him. They were like, shit, we didn't kill him in season 4, and now we got to figure this out, but we still have a contract with him for this many episodes, so let's just try a couple different things. Like, I don't know. I don't remember the... It's just... Cole was probably... Cole was my favorite, not, like, supporting character, I guess, outside of Daryl.
Okay.
I think he was, like, the only male character with any agency outside of the Charmed ones.
Yeah.
And it got touched on a couple times, but not much. But it was the closest we got to a fully developed male character on that show.
Yeah, because they tried to do that with Leo, and that's when he became like
an
elder and then an avatar.
Yeah. Which I had high hopes for Leo, and then they just
human.
kept fucking him over.
I liked when he was human. That was fun for a while.
What season was that?
I think that it's after he becomes an avatar, because he's a human in season 8 when he gets taken away, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Oh no, but then he has his powers, because Piper asks him to heal. Fuck, anyway. They didn't know what to do with Leo. They could not figure out a thing to do with Leo.
No, no. Especially once they got Paige, they could orb. It was like, do we need him?
But I wish they would have explored more of Leo training Paige, because they kind of touched on it a little bit. But
that would have been really cool.
It would have been more interesting, because like, what I really liked is the relationship between Leo and Phoebe as like this sister-in-law, brother-in-law type thing. I thought that was really fun.
It was, because she never had a brother, and I don't know.
Yeah.
None of the other characters had that, like, Piper didn't have that with like Cole or whoever
and I really
Paige ended up with.
Phoebe is the first one to find out about Leo's powers and then has to like hide it and like keep a secret. And I also really like that Phoebe was like also the first one to try to like screw Leo. 'Cause, like,
But and I appreciate they never
Obviously.
really try to do anything that way. Like there was never a weird love triangle with Leo because, like, I don't know, it's Leo. Like it's him and Piper. Just it would have felt way too forced. Like I could see the whole Phoebe Paige Cole thing, but like because also Paige came later in the game. She didn't grow up with her. But
yeah.
like a Piper Leo Phoebe thing would have been super gross. Super gross.
It would have been super gross and then super awkward for the rest of the series.
Yes. But I don't know. They like to forget their own continuity, so it would have only been weird for the rest of the episode.
I know, right?
Maybe the season if we're lucky.
Yeah, so let's see what else we got. I guess the charm power you wish you had.
Oh, Piper's. It more specifically
Yeah.
the freezing if I had to choose one.
Okay.
Because it just seems the coolest. And I'm also a very like handsy animated gay, so
You
like
would just like freeze.
I
like,
would
awkward.
actually.
You wouldn't even be paying attention. You'd be telling a story.
Oh my god, it would be horrible, but I would love it. Oh my god, it would make it even better because
yeah, you should only have the freezing power. It could be like the blowing up powers would be like, like especially at work, like
that'd be dangerous.
customer wise.
But also satisfying.
Watch out, all the Karens out there. Watch out.
Joe's on a bender today.
I would go with I would want Paige's powers, like the mix of orbing and like telekinesis.
So like you would have to shout everything you wanted to come.
She like learned later on to stop shouting. It started to come.
She learned to stop shouting.
Like that's the one thing I always
Stop
loved
yelling,
is, like,
Candle Page. We get it.
It also took away any like surprise in the attack. 'Cause
Yes.
the monster knew what was
Sword.
coming.
Like oh no, still not gonna.
I'll dodge
enough
that
time to
sword
react,
then again. But I do really like Piper's powers. I think Phoebe got like Phoebe's powers made no sense. Like all the other powers like had some sort of evolution to them.
Yeah, Phoebe's was just
Like,
like
even
whatever
astral
they wanted.
projection
That
kind of
week.
made sense. Like
Not that weak, but that it was weird.
like from like premonitions, and then she got like she could float, she couldn't fly, she could like levitate, and then she couldn't anymore because they couldn't afford it.
See,
And
I
then-
thought premonitions and empathy at least went hand
That
in
made
hand,
sense.
but the
But then
levitating made no
future,
sense.
In the future, she had the ability to like electrocute people because in Morality Bites, where she
yeah.
kills the guy, I'm like, it's cool that she has like an offensive power, but it doesn't.
Well, is it in like the comics that her empathy raises to where like she could use people's anger against them?
Yeah,
So like that would make sense. I could see that into an active.
because by like later in the series, they stopped exploring powers.
Yeah.
Because Phoebe lost her powers in season 6
Yep.
because they could no longer afford the levitation. Her slightly rising and kicking the
Yep.
monster.
Yeah, that's like twirling on the fucking
I know.
line that they
She-
have her attached to. I know. Okay, I know I shit on this show a lot, but it's more. I appreciate Charmed more for its smaller moments, like within the episodes, versus as like something that does arcs and like
I always
story
think of
moments.
Charmed as like you think of all these like teen dramas from like the late 90s and early O's, and then you have Charmed. It's like the 60s Batman of
Yep.
like the 90s.
Yep.
Like that's how I always picture. I'm like, because I love the Adam West Batman. Like I own like the box set and I love it.
He does.
But it's not like a great show. But I will watch it from like
Yeah.
if I'm in a bad mood, I'll put on a DVD and watch it because it's fucking like fun. And Charmed, I don't watch it because I'm looking for like a compelling story. I'm looking for it because I
fun.
want to see these like. It all rides on the actresses at the end of the day.
Yep.
Like they're so game for it for like the first 7 seasons.
They really are.
For 6 seasons, they're super game for anything, and it makes it work. Like like when Phoebe becomes like a banshee at one part, and then like Prue's turns into a guy, which is the stupidest thing.
That fucking mustache. Oh my god, it still haunts my nightmares.
And then what Piper was like, what was she? She was like a harpy or something at one
Oh
point.
my
They all
god.
become something.
That's one of my like favorite moments with Piper.
Oh, and Prue's like
Hell Hath No Fury, I
mausoleum.
think it is. Yeah, and she's like just pounding on it. Like that's one of my favorite moments of the series. Like Holly Marie Combs does some really good work in that episode, and oh god, season 4 is so good. Season 3,
I
I love this show. What do you mean? See, I've been saying 3 and 4 are great.
No, because you said 3 and 4 can't switch.
They
but
can't. No,
they-
3 is definitely better than 4. But 4 is so
I
good.
will say 3 has a better ending. The season 4 ending where it's like they're given the option to like keep their powers or not.
Yeah. And then, oh god, poor Cole.
And then because it always bugs me because it not bugs me, but I find it so funny because it's the head of whatever from Gilmore Girls, like the head of Chilton.
Oh yeah.
The, like Angel of Destiny or whatever.
Oh my god, that's weird. It's definitely weird. Ugh.
Because he doesn't have any range. He's the same person in everything he's in. So it's just like I assume he died on Gilmore Girls and became the Angel of Destiny.
Rory's gonna be so upset. Haunted by him in the afterlife.
Okay, so I have another question for you. I just had to find it. I closed it by accident.
Wait, who's your favorite supporting character? Because I said mine was Cole.
Mine would. I really do like Cole, but I'd probably go with Leo.
Oh.
Oh no, sorry. My favorite supporting character is the detective from the first season. Like
Andy?
Prue's friend, Andy. I loved Andy. I thought him and Prue. I think that was one of my favorite relationships from the show.
Aw. Did he die?
He got straight up murdered.
Oh. Yikes.
Okay, so my question for you is,
Oh no.
So if they hadn't cast Rose McGowan, here's a list of actresses that they're considering.
Oh no. Oh god.
Jennifer Love Hewitt,
Oh.
Tiffany Amber Thiessen, Soleil Moon Frye, or Eliza Dushku for Paige.
Oh my god. Who was the one before Eliza Dushku?
She was the one like Punky Brewster.
Oh no. Oh wait. Oh, I was thinking Blossom. I was thinking Big Bang Theory chick.
No.
Oh god. Not Jennifer Love Hewitt. Well, maybe Jennifer Love Hewitt.
But I think Jennifer Love Hewitt would have fit the Paige
She
role
would
really
have,
well.
actually. Eliza Dushku, no.
It wouldn't have been Paige.
Too much of a
She would have
badass.
I would have been okay with like a badass replacement sister, but it would not have been Paige.
No. Oh god, I love Tiffany Amber Thiessen though. Oh my god. But I think I would.
It would have been. I think that would have been such a fitting solution because she replaced Sharon
Right?
Doherty on
Right?
90210. Like that would have been like a full circle.
Oh my god, like that's the
Beauty.
reason I would want that. But I think Jennifer Love Hewitt would be the best to do the Paige we know.
I agree.
But I think
'Cause she
she's
could play that,
too
like,
big of a
ditzy-
name to have done it.
Yeah.
Like against the other names, like I think we would have just encountered. We would have had another sister in 3 seasons.
It would have been like I'm gonna bring it up, and Joe's gonna roll his eyes at me. It would have been like on Three's Company how they kept changing the what's her name, the blonde one, like over and over again until because it just wasn't working. I think they changed it when there's 3 different blonde roommates. Because I mean, Jennifer Love Hewitt, I think she would have been too big of a name to be on it.
Yeah, that's my biggest issue is like she would have done the role right, but it's Jennifer Love Hewitt. Like she was the Ghost Whisperer next. Like she had her own show. Like I don't know. It would definitely. She would be the best actress for the role, though. Good question. Good fucking
Thank you.
sideball.
Thank you.
I was like, this is not part of the syllabus that you handed out at the beginning of.
Because I just thought about it as we started talking. There's some other actresses on the list, but I don't know who they are, and I don't think you know who
Name
they are.
them.
So I'm not gonna.
Maybe I do.
Huh?
Name them. Maybe I do.
Sarah Brown and Susan Ward.
You were correct in assuming I wouldn't.
Yeah, Yeah, that's what I fucking thought. You fucking bitch.
Um,
Because Eliza Dushku would have been cool, but it would have been a very different show. And I don't see Eliza Dushku being down to like be a fucking like
yeah.
I don't know.
No.
She wouldn't have been as costume. I mean, maybe she would have been. That's like I don't know. When you sign up to something, you kind of have to do it. Unless you're Shannon Doherty, and then you just don't.
You just leave. I guess we should kind of start wrapping this up then. What was your biggest missed opportunity of the show?
I think the biggest opportunity Charmed in general is not relying more on their history.
Oh,
And not
well, they just changed their history.
like because there's an episode in season 6. It's like it takes place in the 60s, and it's like the girl's grandmother and grandfather, but it takes place in like 68, but like the Charmed ones are born in like 72. Like Prue is born in 72. So like their own timelines make no sense, because like Patty is like alluded to as being like a baby, which makes no sense because she has a child in like 4 years,
Right.
So,
Who has a child in 2 years?
yeah, so Charmed kind of just started to ignore its own continuity in favor of stories, and that really hurt the show. And it was a missed opportunity to not bring people back. Like, it could have been cool to, I don't know, revisit old storylines. Like, that's what I was doing in my season 9 that I was writing. Like, I was trying to like bring back characters. Like, there's a character in season, I want to say 3 or 4, who it's a kid who has like fire powers, and Piper like locks away his powers.
Oh,
or,
yeah.
like, seals them.
That's when she
Like-
starts exploding things. Exit strategy, right?
Yeah, and then that's when like
God, how did I
that
know
would have been cool to revisit that kid.
No, yeah, but Charm just wasn't that show.
I know, and that's I think what hurt it, but also that's what it was. Like, it didn't need to care.
Right.
It was like the sugar candy of the WB lineup.
And I loved it, and I was there every week.
Yeah.
When I was.
I mean, I wasn't there every week because I didn't start till season 8, but I was there every week for season 8.
There every week in season 6, 7, and 8. And I mean, that just goes to show how much I really loved it. If I was like, I came back in for the worst seasons of the show, like, and then I got to the, well, no, because I was kind of all around the place. I can't remember where TNT was, but yeah, like, anyone that comes in at season 6 of Charmed and sticks around,
That's impressive.
I mean, come on. Yeah.
What's your missed opportunity?
Oh, the Chris storyline.
Yeah.
I think it really would have helped season 6, and I don't know. There's a lot. It's probably the most specific I could be on what I feel is a missed opportunity for the show, besides without getting into like a lot of different things. But
Fair.
I don't know. I loved it, and I really would have liked to have seen Chris as Phoebe and Cole's son. Like, damn, that could have just been.
I honestly would have liked to
so
see
good.
Chris as like, because I really like Evil Wyatt when he shows up. Like, that's really cool.
Oh, evil Nickelback.
But they don't do enough with it to like make it worth it. Like, there's all this like premonitions and like prophecies that Wyatt's like the most powerful witch ever, and then when he shows up in like season 7, yeah, he's powerful, and then he shows up in season 8, and I feel like he's not very powerful.
Yeah.
And like they built up this character and they did nothing with it. Like, I would have been cool with the idea of Chris being Cole and Phoebe's son, and he's coming back but he's good, and he's coming back to stop Wyatt because Wyatt's evil. Like, that would have been cool.
Oh, like do it like another twist, but like, no, he's not actually
Yeah.
evil. He's here to stop
he's like-
Wyatt because your son is
Wyatt's
evil.
the evil one. Which, like,
Ooh, Phoebe would have rubbed that in Piper's face.
she would have. Like,
Oh, my good son? My good son? Yeah.
Yeah,
Piper,
he may have had a
take
demon
your trash
father,
over
but
there.
your son's father was an angel, and look at that little shit window. I don't know. There was like
My husband may not have a soul, but my son does.
they could have just done more. I think if they would have, they never tried to like. We talk about this a lot for Veronica Mars, how it's this low budget show, but they like push it to step it up.
Yeah.
No one on Charmed like went the extra mile. It was all very like baseline. But I think my favorite part of all of Charmed is how in the first couple seasons they digitally cover the tattoos and then they just give up after a while. Like by season 3 or 4, they just no longer cover them up. I don't know why they didn't try to cover them up with makeup. I don't get that. But they're all like digitally altered and it just looks so bad. Or like at least put the girls in shirts where they're covering their tattoos.
No. Couldn't do that.
Oh, I guess we should quickly mention the awful fashion on Charm. It was a lot of braless years in the first couple seasons, which, hey...
Honestly, the fashion in the first couple seasons were better than a lot in the late seasons.
Yeah.
Like,
I thought season 8 was the best fashion because it was the most muted. It was the most, like, down to earth.
I guess. I don't know.
Which isn't saying much,
I've
right?
blocked out a lot of I watched season 8 on its original run, and then that was never touched it again. I didn't need to. It was good.
But the ending was like such a sappy. Like I remember watching the ending and being like, "This was the best ending ever."
It's so bad.
But
now.
like looking back, it's not. No.
Season 7 was far better.
I love the battle between the Charmed ones and like Christy or Billy and her sister.
That was
no,
so
but I just
bad.
love that the manor exploded. I thought that was just really cool.
Oh, you're not talking about like where Billy's like, my sister, she might be good. Nope, dead.
Oh, and then she just kills her and then like cries for 2
Yes!
seconds and is like, well, you're not that broken up about
a whole
it.
season about like, I need to save my sister, and then like,
Yeah.
bye, bitch. Like, ugh.
And then she just like accidentally like, flicks the fireball and like for some reason that automatically kills
she's dead
Christy.
now. Yeah, it was that easy.
And then the girls are just standing around Billy like, okay, we got like stuff to do. Can you like grieve later,
oh
please?
my god, they were so bad that season. So insufferable.
Like that's why I don't know why they wrapped up all stuff. I don't know. But the actual fight between them when they have the power of the source in them, that was really cool. And then the manor blows up. But then also the manor's like destroyed and like no one's like coming in the neighborhood to see if anything's
oh god, it's them
okay.
Jim Halliwells again.
Like the house is gone. And not a single like neighbor's like, maybe we should check on that. Like there's enough time
They're
for like
used to
the
it.
angel of destiny to bring Leo in and for them to like try to find the bodies and like her and Billy have a little fight. Like 10 minutes go by and no one's like,
Not a fire
maybe
truck
look
to
out
be
the
heard.
window. Yeah. Like that's always my favorite thing in the entire series. Because that's just like
Peak charm.
Charms in a nutshell.
Yep.
Sorry, what were you
No,
saying?
you're fine. The battle of season 8, like that like their big battle in the season 8 finale versus season 7's big battle.
Oh, the season 7, that's really cool.
No,
I thought the season 7 was cool.
yeah, I know. No, it was bad.
No?
With like the fairies and the leprechauns, and
I thought it was okay because at that point they're trying so hard to throw like any like
it was just dumb.
mythological creature out there. So it was cool that they brought them all back. Like it fit with the season.
But like, the charmed ones constantly fucked him over. So like,
Well,
why?
the charmed ones, like many of those people, the creatures died.
Yeah.
Like, many.
It was. I preferred the battle in season 8 than season 7. Season 7 just felt like
That's the
it
one
wasn't.
thing
The charmed
Charmed
ones
never
didn't
had
do it. It
any-
was a bunch of mystical creatures that did it for him.
Charmed never had any really big battles. I will say is another missed opportunity.
Yeah, but how could they have with that budget? Like we saw
Like the biggest battle.
what
was
we
in the
got out
pilot.
of season 7. Like, ugh.
So I guess the thing we should kind of discuss is the reboot. I know you haven't seen it. I've seen the first episode.
I want to
I
watch
thought it was
it.
not really
like
good.
I'm optimistic about it because I think
Apparently, it's clearly. Well, I was gonna say it must be doing well because on the CW and it has a season 2, but that is. I mean, what does that really mean?
no, I mean because
Veronica Mars couldn't survive on the CW.
well, no. If it got, I don't know actually. No, if it got its 2004 numbers, it probably could.
Oh yeah, it definitely would have. My favorite thing is when shows are like the CW is like number 1 on CW. I'm like, where does that land anywhere else?
But it isn't fair because CW's really turned itself around.
It's what is it? What is their slogan now? Like Defy TV or much
Something like
Defy?
that. I think it's Defy TV.
Yeah,
Because when they launched, it was like Be Different or something.
I loved when they launched. I thought it was so much fun.
It was. No, it really was.
Like they did actually really good job of promoting it, but then did nothing really with it.
I liked that I got a Veronica Mars and Gilmore Girls photo shoot. Like Lauren Graham and Kristen Bell like photo shoot together because of that. Like that was good for me.
I mean, I will always be thankful for the CW for giving us Gossip Girl, so I can't argue too much.
Ooh, Gossip Gaze. Gonna be good. Honestly, though, if we were to do that, like, it would just be upfront letting people know this is a hate watch podcast. Like, I am going to say mean things out past season 1. Like, it's just gonna
Gossip
be
Girl has such a great pilot, though.
mean
Fuck.
things. No, actually, season 2. I like season 2. Okay,
The first,
I know we've said this before. Like, if season 4 on, it would just be mean things about the show. Like,
Yeah.
there would be no nice
whenever they
things
graduate,
said.
I think the first 2 seasons I'll give it. But
Yeah.
once they graduate and are still like being cyberbullied by like Gossip Girl, it's like
Get over it.
move on. You're all adults now.
How about you
Like,
just block the number? Like, come on.
I know. Like put down social media for 2 seconds. I know it's really hard, but you don't need to like tweet everything you think.
All right, wrap up this charm.
Yeah, so I guess at the end of the day, Charmed is just like bubble gum TV, and I enjoy it.
I do too. It's a fun show that I like to pick some like random ass episode that I don't remember, and just go with it. Just
If it was on
enjoy
Netflix still, I would. I used to always watch the episode in season 7 where Piper becomes like a Hindu god and has like the 6 arms because she's like super powerful. I always like that episode. Whatever.
I usually pick
Season 3 episodes.
Yeah.
Or A Page from the Past is also one of my favorite episodes.
Ooh, that is a good one.
That's a great episode.
or season 4 episodes. Yeah, but they're not interchangeable. 3 is better than 4.
That's fine. But I'm glad it's like it'll be the one time Joe and I agree on a list of any sort. So
Oh, that's what I'm saying. It's a definitive list. Like, I don't.
this like I know I agree with you.
If you
I
have
agree.
a different ranking, please let us know. Because
But you're wrong.
I mean, obviously, because this is
You're not
literally
watching
the best
Charmed
way to watch Charmed.
properly.
These are the best seasons.
Season 3 would be the only season where I'm like, if I would want to get anyone into Charmed, even though I don't think I would ever try to get anyone into Charmed, I would give them season 3 episodes.
You would have to have a very specific taste for me to get you into Charmed.
I know. Do you like garbage TV? Well, welcome to my
I
hell.
used like before Netflix was like really big. I had hundreds of TV show box sets, and like I would get friends into shit by like, here, take these. Here's 5 seasons of this show. Get back to me in like probably less than a month, and let me know.
Which is why I find it so weird you did not watch Roswell.
I know. I don't know. I think I know why, and we'll talk about this when we're done recording.
Roswell was garbage too, but it was a good garbage.
No, it has nothing to do with that. It was because of someone.
I know exactly what you're
okay.
talking about.
Okay.
So I guess it's time to wrap up, and I guess this will be the first time let's see if I can do this,
Okay.
Joe style. So if you've liked what you've listened to, please you could Joe, take it away.
Please rate and review us on iTunes. It's as easy as going to
Tappa. Oh, too soon.
God, you're a
I
mess.
tried to help.
It's as easy as going to our iTunes.
I don't like being in charge.
It's as easy as going onto the Apple Podcast app, going to our show page and scrolling down to the stars and giving it a little tappa on that 5-star. If you would like, let us know what other shows you want us to cover.
Anything from the late 1990s to early 2000s seems to be our sweet spot. So
It's what we like.
it's when we were like nerdy teens with nothing better to do.
Right? So if there's anything specific you want us to cover, let us know. You can email us at veronicamarspod@gmail.com, or you can find us on social media. Send us a DM at veronicamarspod on both Twitter and Instagram. If you'd like to follow me personally, I'm on Twitter and Instagram at Ojo. That is OHJEAUX. Where can they find you, Travis?
You guys can find me at Travis Truant. That's Travis, and then Truant is Truant.
And with that, I hope you enjoyed this bonus episode of ours. And if I get this out in time, you will see us again this week on Thursday for Veronica Mars, Season 1, Episode 18, Weapons of Class Destruction. Otherwise, it'll be 119 Hot Dogs. And with that, I hope you are having a better day than Travis trying to commandeer this podcast. Bye.
Burn!